You're not supposed to know this place exists. In fact, you're not even supposed to know it ever existed. But a few weeks ago, I received an anonymous message. No name, no profile, just a single sentence. If you want the truth about the fake KFC factory, go to the coordinates I'll send next. And then, they disappeared. At first, I thought it was a joke, some kind of prank. But curiosity won, and I followed the coordinates. What I found will stay with me forever. This is the story of a factory that tried to copy the world's most famous fried chicken, a place that operated in the shadows, a place that used a secret recipe no brand would ever admit to using, a place so dangerous that the government shut it down. But even after that, the factory didn't stop. And what I saw inside, it's worse than you think. When I arrived, the building looked abandoned. Rusty metal doors, no lights, no sound. But the biggest red flag was the smell, that heavy, oily scent of fried chicken mixed with something rotten. The entrance was chained, but fresh footprints led around the side. Someone had been here recently. Someone still was here. I found a narrow passageway half covered by broken wood, and behind it, a door slightly open. A warm orange glow flickered from inside. I stepped in. That's when I realized the factory was not abandoned. It was still running, just not legally. Inside, everything was wrong. The air was humid. The smell of old oil was so thick it felt like breathing smoke. And the sound? A slow, grinding rattle of machines that should have been replaced decades ago. Then, I saw the workers. No uniforms, no safety gear. Just tired faces, sweat dripping down their necks. But something else grabbed my attention. The chicken, or what they called chicken. Raw pieces sat in plastic bins filled with cloudy liquid. Not water, not brine, something thicker, something yellowish. Workers dipped their hands in it without hesitation. Their skin looked irritated, red, peeling. I whispered to one of them, "What is that?" He looked at me the way someone looks at danger, and he said quietly, "Don't ask, just leave." But I didn't leave. I moved deeper into the factory. A machine stamped out the coating mix. It wasn't flour and spices. It was a gray powder that came from bags labeled with symbols I didn't recognize, symbols you'd normally see on chemical containers. One worker coughed violently as the powder floated into the air. He had a mask on, but it wasn't a protective mask. It was a piece of cloth tied around his face. The floor around him was covered in dust, and that same dust was settling on the chicken pieces. I recorded everything. Then I heard something. A voice. Firm. Cold. "You're not supposed to be here." A supervisor stood behind me. He wasn't surprised to see me. It was almost like he expected someone to come. I tried to play it cool. "I'm documenting food safety." He smirked. Not friendly, not angry, just calculating. "You think we're the only ones doing this? You think big brands don't know?" His tone changed. "You want real fried chicken? Then you should know the truth. The whole industry cuts corners. We just cut faster." He turned and walked away, leaving me with more questions than answers. But I kept filming. I followed the machine line toward the back of the facility, where the finished chicken was packed into boxes. The labels shocked me. Some boxes had no branding, but others had labels that looked almost identical to major fast food brands. Same colors, same style, just slightly different wording. This wasn't an innocent copycat. This was a full illegal production line. Their chicken was being sold to restaurants that pretended it was from real suppliers. Customers were eating this. Families, kids, people who had no idea. I opened one of the boxes. Inside was fried chicken that looked almost perfect, golden, crispy, familiar. If you saw it on a plate, you'd think it came from a famous chain. But knowing what I saw in the factory, I couldn't even touch it. The truth hit me. This factory wasn't just breaking rules, it was hiding behind trust, behind the trust people have in fast food. No one questions a meal when it tastes good, but maybe we should. Suddenly, the lights flickered, machines stopped, voices shouted in the distance. Someone had noticed I was filming. I ran toward the side exit. The shouts got louder. Feet pounded behind me. I pushed through the door, squeezing through the narrow passageway. For a moment, I thought someone grabbed my backpack, but I didn't look back. I just ran. When I reached my car, my hands were shaking. My clothes smelled of oil and chemicals. My camera was still recording. I drove away as fast as I could. 3 hours later, I received another anonymous message. This time, don't post what you saw. And then a second message. They never shut down. Not really. That night, I uploaded every video file to multiple drives, multiple backups, because the truth needs to be seen. Not for fear, but for awareness. People deserve to know what they're eating. People deserve to know what some factories do behind locked doors. And people deserve the truth, even if it's worse than we think. This video is only the beginning. There are more factories, more stories, more secrets. And I'm going to uncover all of them. Because if we don't look behind the curtain, someone else will keep pulling the strings. Stay alert. Stay curious. And whatever you do, don't trust the perfect crispy chicken until you know where it came from. This is the truth behind the fake KFC factory, and it's only the first layer of a much darker story.